Coming to you every week from no place in particular. It's the best, worst thing you've never seen. This is the Forever Road Podcast featuring Bosco. Find us on some great platforms like iHeart, Spotify, and even more as we keep growing. Now, pointed down that forever road, he's a music lover, a historian, and a connoisseur of the obscure. It's Bosco. Here on the Forever Road Podcast.
What's going on, brothers and sisters? It's been a while. Welcome to Forever Road Podcast. I am finally live. I know it's been, I don't know, man. It's been a while. I just had, y'all seen if you follow the YouTube channel, y'all have seen me go live with little short clips, songs of the day. And I got that idea. I largely needed to take a break from this as a whole. Just kind of clear my head. I had a lot mentally going on. And as we all know, y'all, everybody followed, we all agree we all need to take a mental break from things every once in a while. So I need to take a break, kind of settle my brain on some things, but I wanted to still put out content and let y'all know, hey man, I'm still here. Thank y'all for following me. These are some songs that really mean a lot to me, and it's kind of go down the list every day. So with that being said, we are back. We're going back to our regularly scheduled Sunday program. Even with our new show, Five Stone Warrior, the ministry podcast we have with Brother Jonathan, bringing real world look and real world feel to scripture that guides us every single day. So if you follow this, please go follow that Five Stone Warrior podcast. It's all on YouTube. I hadn't got on the social medias spooled up yet, but I will at some point. There's Brother Tyler in the chats. Brother Tyler, hello, welcome in. Glad to see you here, man. I know we don't have a cool, call sign like failure to stop. We don't have guns up, giddy up, or anything like that. So, but welcome in the chat. Somebody ought to come up with one. Like our intro. But I'm glad you're here, Tyler, and whoever else is watching. Thank you. Man, it has been. That's right. We'll figure one out. It's been a while. I've had a lot going on. Some things are working in the background. Well, I'll fill y'all out with details on those details later on. I'm not going to announce anything right here, right now. So everybody who's followed me the entire time, y'all have heard the guy on our intro. I'm going to give him a big birthday shout out. Bernie McPartland, he's a producer over there with my friends, my Kibby and Friends show. Very close friend of mine. He turned 65 today. I told him I'd give him a shout out. Happy birthday, Bernie. And he was a serious, when I first started this, before I went live with everything, he guided me. He gave me that support. I'd reach out to him. He said, man, call me anytime you got it. And Eric Tansey said the same thing. Anytime I get inside my head about anything, to reach out and say something. Bernie was always there. He was always a text message away. He was always a phone call away. He set up the intro and my outro for this show here, even the older one that I had when I first started. So happy birthday, Bernie. Much love, homie, and I will hope to see you next year at Mo Party. We're gonna go. So sometime September next year. We got a whole 11 months to plan. We're gonna live record from Mo Party in Bowling Green, Kentucky. try and talk Tyler into escaping Canada for a weekend and have us meet us down, meet us down there if he can escape. I don't know. Do you have to escape, or can you just leave? How does it work? I mean, Craig Martin came down here. Well, I've had him on my podcast. I don't remember what episode number it was, but I've had him on here. And then later on, it's been a year ago now, I actually got to meet Craig. He's a really solid dude too. But anyway, so I hope to drink a beer, Mr. Bernie, Brother Bernie. First round's on me if you bring the bacon. So with his beer and his Cadillac and his glass booth of emotion, as Rob Kibbe would say. So y'all go, if you like all things Dukes of Hazzard, go follow the Kibbe and Friends show. They're more heavy car culture than this show is. But they show me support too, so I show them love and support. So Tyler says, I personally would need to dig tunnels, make sure the wife and kids can't follow. Yeah, man, you got to kind of cover your tracks. Cover your tracks. Why is the screen so? There we go. It's a little bit better. Hiding my face. But anyway, so here we are. Happy Sunday evening. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope everybody had a great week. Last couple months since I've done this live. And here we are. So last night, well, let's see some updates. I've been getting more parts from my Ram Charger build. I need some more exterior parts. I located a lift gate for the Ram Charger. I showed y'all a video of that before. As far as automotive projects goes, that's the only one I'm working on right now. I've been cleaning up the house, moving stuff into storage little bit by little bit. We've had a few people come look at the house. It's starting to pick up momentum. Hopefully somebody will come buy it. But anyway, and then we'll do this from another location. I hope soon, really. I'm ready to get out of here, man. I love my house. It's a beautiful house, but it's too much space. I only reuse one room, this room and my bedroom. My gaming system's right over here. And my bathroom, that's it. Anyway. So last night, and I'll put this out here. Earlier today, I did a short video of the song of the day. There was one misquote that I forgot to mention. And when I read the back history on the song Soul Shine, there's something that somebody had said, I don't know where it came from. It's a misconception. And I think Warren Haynes even addressed it. And I learned this after I posted it, that his daddy didn't call him Soul Shine. I didn't look any further into it yet. I haven't had a chance to, but that's my only correction. He wrote the song Soul Shine. He thought it up. And to me, it's a very impactful song. I'll get to it here in a minute. So yesterday, a friend of mine calls me. She says, it's a buddy of mine's wife. She said, hey, do you want these tickets to the Tedeschi Trucks Gov't Mule Duane Betts Concert? And I'm an hour away from my house. Still another 45 minutes the opposite direction. I was like, I looked at the time on the phone. I was like, what time is it? She said, it starts at 6:30. I was like, that gives me time to kind of finish up here. Finished up there, what all I could do. Came home, took a shower, jumped in the truck. I called Bubba. Y'all remember him. He's been on here. Called him. and took off. Showed up at the concert right when Duane Betts was getting on stage. So I was there right on time. Couldn't find a spot to sit, man. It's a outdoor amphitheater. You know, half of it bleachers or seats, and then half of it's grass. So, and we get there, we're walking around. I was like, well, let's just kind of walk around and see if we can find a spot. We ended up not finding a spot, not on the grass. And we all kind of end up huddled up on the edge of the grass, standing around on the walkway. And we had some people, I'm not going to blast them here because I don't think that's the right thing to do, but because it kind of takes away from the experience from last night. So I'll leave it there. Try not to stir up any controversy. So get there, and Duane Betts put on a very good show. If you don't know who Duane Betts is the son of Dickie Betts, original member from the original lineup of the Allman Brothers Band. And Dickie Betts was playing with another band when Duane got JMO and Barry Oakley and brought Dickie Betts on. And so he had a kid, named him Duane after Duane Allman, and he's got his own band. And they put on a fantastic show, covered a lot of his father's songs, covered the last one they played was Jessica, and it's just an instrumental. You may not know the song by name. I wonder if I can play it without getting dinged. Y'all think I should go for it? Let's try. But yeah, so you may not know the song by name. And I'm just going to highlight some of the songs that were played last night and talk about some of the stuff that, oh man, I'm going to tell you like this. The concert last night was spiritual and it was magical. I mean, just melt your face. Let's see. Duane Betts, Jessica. Let's see. And Duane Betts looks just like his daddy, Dickie Betts. Let's see if I can find it here. Tell me if you're watching or commenting or anything. What's the last concert you've been to? I guess I should. There we go. Turn that down just a little bit. What's the last Tyler, what's the last concert you've been to? All right, here we go. So this is Duane and Dickie Betts. Oh, no, nothing you're proud of. For the listeners, Tyler S. says, I've only been to one and nothing he's proud about. Was it Lady Gaga? Madonna? Okay. So that's all right. I'm gonna stop it right there. I don't want to get dinged. So Tyler S says Godsmack. Open for the artist. Was it Prince? You said the artist. I'm just messing with you, man. So my first concert was, oh gosh, very first concert, live concert I actually went to. If y'all remember the old country artist Joe Diffie, it was Joe Diffie and this lesser known band at the time, Ricochet. Oh boy. But Joe Diffie put on a concert. It was way back in the early 90s. I was in middle school, so I'm trying to remember when it was. I think it was 94, 95 maybe. But Joe Diffie, they did a Walmart country fest kind of concert tour around the United States. And that was pretty good. I'll be honest. I was glad I saw it. He played Pickup Man. He played his classics, good John Deere Green, Pickup Man, all his good music up to that point. Yeah. And that song and that band Ricochet, which I can't even think of what song they had back then, but they were there. I can remember seeing them. I was like, Ricochet, okay. And it was kind of, I think that band was kind of geared towards females. They were, more, their music was more to the ladies. Matter of fact, I was talking to, I saw this guy in concert, talked to a lady at the gas station this morning. And no, it wasn't at the gas station. I was talking to a dude at the parts store this morning. That's who it was. They were playing Vince Gill on the radio, and it was just an old song that I hadn't heard in years. And I remember seeing Vince Gill in Macon a while back, and I was like, dude, you can say what you want to about his music. The high pitched, not high pitched, but his vocals are up there in that higher range, and nothing against Vince Gill. But I tell you this about his music. It's a little softer than stuff that I like to listen to. But I will say this. Phenomenal guitar player. There's a couple videos out there on YouTube of Vince Gill playing Duane Allman's Gold Top. So continuing on. Let's see. So Duane Betts gets up there on stage. I don't know if y'all just heard the song. That was a song that Dickie Betts wrote way back in the day. And it was a song called Jessica. Dickie Betts wrote that song and named it after his daughter, Jessica. He cut this song, and she was her reaction, based off of her reaction to Dickie just kind of playing his guitar, he named it after her. So, let's see. Tyler S. says, the gas station and parts store used to be the same place. That would be cool. Give me 30 on 3 over there, and I need a hose, upper radiator hose for a Dodge truck. That'd be awesome. I hear something in here flying around. I don't know where that went. I'm scared it's a monster. It's a flying monster. So Dickie Betts, Duane Betts come out there, does his set. And it's phenomenal, as you would think. I mean, he came from a guitar legend of a father. And there's one image, because we're sitting kind of front center up in the top, and you got the screen left and right, the big screens where you can actually see better. And there's one image of he kind of leans back, and it's just the way he's standing, and the light hits him just right, and he just like his daddy. And it was just like, yep, he's his daddy, and he sounds like him too. In my book, he sounds a lot like him. It's good, even though whatever happened between Dickie Betts and the rest of the Allman Brothers band, whether he got fired, he quit, whatever happened, for whatever reason, and we'll cover that in a later episode when we talk about the Allman Brothers Band by themselves. Whatever happened then, either way, Dickie Betts still continued on and still played. Still played very well. And he did his own thing with the band Great Southern. So if y'all are interested in discovering other music, then yeah, go check them out as well. So if you never heard of Tedeschi Trucks, Gov't Mule, or Duane Betts, let me explain this a little bit. Starting with the older band first. Gov't Mule. Gov't Mule was a side project by Warren Haynes. Warren Haynes was a guitar player. He used to play with I think he started out, and I wish I had Bubba here because he's good at recalling facts and stuff like that too. My daddy told me, yeah. So Warren Haynes started out with Grateful Dead. Grateful Dead disbanded, if I'm correct here. The Grateful Dead disbanded, and he went on to, if I think the timeline, he went on to play with, let's see, band timeline. I don't know who was next. I'm trying to remember. Okay, 1980, joined David Allan Coe's band. Went from, in 89, the Allman Brothers Band. He spent 8 years. In 97, launched the Warren Haynes Band, performing solo acoustic gigs, which his solo work is great. And he's got, Warren Haynes got some pipes too. You ever check him out by himself or even with Gov't Mule? Joined Gov't Mule, a jam band, and see, I remember Gov't Mule being formed in 94. Founded the Last Waltz Tour, featuring artists like Lucas Nelson and Jamie Johnson in 2010. Released Stone Side of the Moon, featuring Stone Side of the Mule. So they do a lot of covers of these old classic rock bands songs. They did The End of the World Started When the Grateful Dead disbanded. Yeah. They actually did a Dark Side of the Mule called Dark Side of the Mule. It's a lot of Pink Floyd stuff. And Stone Side of the Mule is a lot of Rolling Stone covers. They take these old blues basics, standards is what I meant to say, not basics. These old blues standards, and they work with them. They work them over, make it add a little touch to them. A little bit of this, a little bit of that, boom. And then Warren Haynes on his vocals just so. Warren Haynes starts Gov't Mule. If you look back at a couple episodes of Forever Road podcast, y'all see me walk around the big house, the Allman Brothers Museum. That's where Gov't Mule started back in 94. The little side room. It's Matt Epps and Woody Allen. Alan Woody, sorry. Yep. Alan Woody. Alan Woody would pass away of cancer in 2000, August 25th, 2000. Born October 3rd. I did not know that until right now. Him and Bubba and Stevie Ray Vaughan all have the same birthday. That's crazy. I did not know. Like, seriously, I did not know that Alan Woody had the same birthday. That's cool. I'm just now reading that. Alan Woody's he was a original bass player. He actually played bass for the Allman Brothers Band as well. So Gov't Mule forms somewhere in there in that time period is when Warren Haynes writes the song Soul Shine. As he's going down the road, this tune comes to mind and he puts together Soul Shine. He rides back home, starts writing everything down. He released it. This one guy put it on the album initially, and I can't remember what his name is. I looked it up way earlier, but I can't. It ain't coming to mind right now. Anyway, so he cuts it. Doesn't do very well, I'm guessing. And then the Allman Brothers Band cut it on their Where It All Begins album in '94. And as far as it goes for me and my buddies and a lot of people, especially that was there last night, it's one of those songs. It's a song about perseverance and overcoming, and no matter what, in the darkness, you have the light. In the dark, let your soul shine, man. Keep going. No matter what you're going through, let your soul shine. So it's like this empowering song that just really hits you. So Gov't Mule comes on stage after Duane Betts, he does his set. He gets off stage, and they're playing some old album, some old Gov't Mule, early 2003 stuff. They move up the timeline a little bit, 2008, which there was an album that they put out. It's a little blues, a little rock mixed with reggae called Mighty High. If you really have a good sound system at home or in the truck or car, whatever you're driving, mom minivan, shout out to a friend of mine. She knows what I'm talking about. If you have a really good sound system in your vehicle and you put on Mighty High, find it on YouTube Music, wherever you find Spotify. That's not sponsored. Find that album, listen to it. Just put it on, let it play. Hit play, let it do its thing, and enjoy. It's got some good stuff in it. A lot of covers, some Rolling Stones covers, some music from the band called The Band, and it's a really good album. So they covered some of that from their Mighty High album, and then I don't remember where I was or what happened, but right there in the change up, he was at the tail end of a song, and then they dive right into. Well, hang on. Let me back up. They were doing this cover. I can't think of the name of the song. The tune's right there. I just can't. Anyway, but they were really fluid. Gov't Mule, he would go he'd cut some lines and run some lines down, some lyrics and all that, and then he'd change. He'd kind of go into another song, and he'd go right back into the song he was doing. That's the wonderful thing about that jam band music. I mean, yeah, you're standing there listening to the same song for 8-10 minutes, but they've made references in that song itself to other songs. And he covered pieces of When Doves Cry. The lights turn purple on the stage, and he'll do a line out of that song, and they'll kind of jam on it a second, and then they'll go back to the song they initially kicked out, and then they'll play a little bit, and then they'll go back into When Doves Cry. So they would just turn the lights down. The lights turn purple, and you just like, nice, very nice, because as we know, I mean, Prince was one of those phenomenal guitar players, very underrated, phenomenal guitar player. I always say that, phenomenal guitar player. Anyway, then as they're kind of going through their set, and I can't remember everything because when and I'll talk about this part. So the Tedeschi Trucks Band is Susan Tedeschi. She started out by herself in the late 90s. She had a song that first hit. It was called what was that? The first album. Was it Just Won't Burn? I think it was her first album. I can remember. No, that wasn't it. But she's been doing it for a long time too, and she can play guitar and sing. I mean, she can straight put it to it. Let's see. What is that album? She does a song. If I can figure out what the album was called. If I can remember what the album was called. It wouldn't wait for me. What Better Days? Hang on a second. She does a song. It's in tribute to Jimi Hendrix. But it was released in the late 90s. So somewhere along the lines. Hang on. Now it's bugging me. Now I got to figure out where this song is called. I wish I had a producer or somebody to back me up and go, hang on. I don't have that. I got to do this live right here. So Susan Tedeschi and Derek Trucks. Derek Trucks is the nephew of the original drummer of the Allman Brothers band, Butch Trucks. Butch Trucks' kids, Valor and Mallory. Mallory or Melody? His kids are actually artists as well. But his nephew, Derek Trucks. And there's old videos from the early 90s of Derek Trucks, 12, 13 years old, playing slide on a cover of Layla from Derek and the Dominoes or Eric Clapton. Depends on how you look at it. But yeah, back in, let's see. So Tedeschi Trucks Band formed in 2010. No, it did not. That was before then. Yeah, formed in 2010. The band is led by a married couple, Susan Tedeschi and Derek Trucks. Their debut album, Revelator, in 2011, won 2012. That was released in 2011, won the 2012 Grammy Award for Best Blues Album. The band has released 5 studio and 3 live albums. I think there's more than that. Or maybe I just feel like there's more than that because there's a lot of music that they put out. Touring together in 2007, Derek and Susan tore Soul Stew Revival. Say that 3 times fast. They merged their respective groups to form the Tedeschi Trucks Band in 2010. First concert was April 1st, 2010 in Savannah at the Savannah Music Festival. The album Revelator was released on June 7th, 2011. Album peaked at number 92 on the Canadian Albums Chart and 164 in the UK. Won a Grammy Award for Best Blues Album. Their second album, Everybody's Talking, which that's a great album too. So any of this music that I'm looking up, man, y'all go find it and listen to it. It's all awesome stuff. There's another song that they did this last night, Made Up Mind. Recently, well, back in 2015, they gave a Joe Cocker, Mad Dog, and Englishman tribute concert at the Lock-In Festival. And, of course, last night they came to Macon, Georgia. Their most is that their most recent? It was 3 years ago? I'll have to look up their discography. The most recent one in April 20th, 2022, they announced I Am the Moon, a quadruple album featuring 24 original songs released in 4 parts throughout the year, beginning with 1, Crescent, on June 3rd, 2, Ascension on July 1st, 3, The Fall on July 29th, and 4, Farewell on August 26th. Album was also released as a box containing all 4 parts on September 9th. They're currently preparing their studio album for the release in 26. But they what they do also is they'll take these old blues standards, blues music and all that, and they just twist them and make them their own. And of course, Derek Trucks on that slide. Never hear him sing. I think he's in the interview before. He's like, "Nah, I can't sing." Or either he says, "You don't want to hear me sing." Whether that's true or not, I don't rightly remember, but I remember kind of hearing something about that. Somebody told me that before. Let's see. I'm trying to reach out to somebody real quick, but I got no response. I thought I was going to try to get Bubba on here with us. No, oh well. So, in the middle of the Gov't Mule set, or there towards the end of the Gov't Mule set, you hear Warren Haynes introduce Derek Trucks. Derek Trucks comes out, and they cut one. They do one song, and then they go into Soul Shine. Now, bear with me if you understand the song Soul Shine. If you've heard it before, the gravity of what I'm about to tell you. Because I was hungry and I had a few adult beverages and not many. I just had like 2 tall boys. And I was like, I need to eat something. I need to put something on my stomach. So I was like, well, you know, they're out there playing this thing. This is before Derek came out. Standing in line. And at the taco stand, taco truck. And they start playing, and you can hear. And Bubba's standing there next to me. He's like, you can hear Derek. You could tell Derek's playing from across the parking lot. Standing there in line trying to get a burrito, and I'm like, that's Derek. I was like, you know what? Go ahead, go back to our spots. Go back to our spots. I'll get the food. Go ahead. Finally, when I get up there, then they start playing Soul Shine. Now, this is where it gets real heavy. You have wobbly pops. No, not wobbly. More just kind of like weaving. I couldn't have driven at that point. I'll tell you that. Yeah, good thing I had this thing sitting in the truck full of water when I got back. So we get, I get back to our spot. Like I said, our standing area, because it's standing area only. And man, let's see, it's all we need. That's what we call road beers up here. Barley sandwiches. Yep. So Warren Haynes is on this side of the stage. You got Derek Trucks beside him. Listen to me carefully. Derek Trucks is playing Duane Allman's 57 Les Paul guitar, his gold top, on stage, playing Soul Shine in Macon, Georgia. And I'm going to tell you like this. I don't know if you've all ever heard the term ugly cry. I was trying my best to hold it together. I'm not going to lie. I don't really get emotional a whole lot, especially in public. I'm very good at holding everything together, but they were playing Soul Shine with Duane Allman's guitar, and one of the most impactful songs, influential songs that really started my I mean, this song goes back to 94. And to me, Soulshine it means a lot to me because in 94 down here, we had a big flood that came through Macon, Georgia, basically just flooded the whole town. Rainstorm, hurricane came up through here, storm came up, parked over Macon, Georgia, and just sat for like ever. It felt like it rained for, I thought we were going to see Noah, going by. Where do we need to get on the boat with him or what? What do we need to do? So, it was bad. So my grandparents passed away right after this. They passed away right after this, right after everything kind of calms down from the floods. And it was rough, man. So we had at least, we had at least I had the music. That's when I discovered the Allman Brothers Band. Because it was just in that time. I'm a 14-year-old kid. I don't know anything, dude. And that's all I had to lean on. That's why I like the Allman Brothers Band so much, because I discovered them during that time period. There was a big change. I didn't have influence from nobody else. Actually, I take that back. I believe it was my cousin Johnny, and he passed away later. But my cousin Johnny, who introduced me to the Allman Brothers Band. And it was during that time period we were hanging out. Of course, you lose a family member, your family kind of folks you don't normally see on a weekly basis, they start showing up. And, so there it was, Soulshine. Played it over and over and over again. I remember riding my bicycle up to, this is before Media Play hit, I think. Yeah. No? I think we had Media Play at that time. And buying that cassette because I didn't have a CD player at the time. Not yet. Buying that cassette and just playing over and over and over again. Playing Soulshine and playing a couple other songs and then going back to Soulshine. So I'll play it here in a second. I got it queued up, but right, riding a bicycle, rocking a cassette deck. Yeah, man. Or you had your Walkman. No. Let's see. Soulshine. I'll play one of the best versions for the original line. Well, now we're talking about the Allman Brothers Band at this time has a different lineup. This is well after this 20-something years after Duane and Barry died, but this is the Soulshine 2007 version, the Allman Brothers Band. So let's see. I had a red, white, and black Huffy bicycle. All right, here we go. I think. There we go. Let me pause that. Share screen. That one. Here we go. Boom. Go back to that. Play. Yeah, that's Derek right there. Derek Trucks right there in the. So red and white. Doubt it was a Huffy. Poor childhood. Hey man, everybody starts somewhere, right? I don't like you said earlier in the chat, and I didn't call you out for it, and I won't. But that first band you went to, I'll be honest with you, dude. I thought she was a little hottie. Not my brand of music, really, but she was a little hottie. You know, I can listen. It's funny though. Like I've never talked to you on the phone or anything like that. We just messaged back and forth. But my buddy Craig, I've talked to on through Facebook Messenger because international calling's crazy. But I've talked to him and even met him in person. And then y'all makes me. It's awesome. I love the accent, the Canadian accents. It's great. I've seen that show Letterkenny. I think it's funny. But I mean, yeah, for the girlfriend and free, I get it. But hearing some females from Canada talk, I think it's more hilarious. Yeah, brand either. So yeah, we ain't got a name. We ain't got to say, even though it's right here in the chats, but we ain't got to call you out on the record. But yeah, I thought she was a little smoke show, dude. All right, I'm gonna do it. Everybody, he said he went to go see Avril Lavigne. Not gonna. She was a little rock and roll chick, a little bit, little pop princess ish. But if she honestly came out and did a little bit more rock than pop, if she did a little bit more grunge, maybe alternative, she probably would have been really great. Don't leave, man. I'm sorry. He said he's going to leave the chats, y'all. For those if you're listening on Spotify or iHeart, Tyler has said he's done. He's out of here. So that's the song Soul Shine. This song, I'll go back play it a little bit more. The bad thing is it's got that long intro, man. When you can't find a light, you got you on a cloudy day. When the stars ain't shining bright. Man, there's other live versions of this song but for that song to mean so much. And everybody, and this is what me and the dude was talking about last night. You can have one song, and this song may mean something to me. It means something totally different to you. Now, the message from the song may be the same initially from the songwriter, but this one song means something different to me, different to Bubba, different to Tyler, different to, my other friends, my other family members. My other kids, they love this song Soul Shine. I think it was because when I met their mom, the former Mrs. Bosco, I played that song for them, and I know Punky, she'd get in the truck sometime. I'm like, all right, what do you want to hear? And some more often than not, I just hand her my phone. Here, you'll be the truck DJ for this trip. Here you go. And she would pull up like Soul Shine and there's some other songs that they didn't play last night, but when they played Soul Shine and then the Tedeschi Trucks Band came out. Now I'm going to tell you this, they did they brought Warren Haynes back out, but before they brought him back out, they had one of their backup singers, and I can't remember the girl's name. And she did an Aretha Franklin cover. The cover song "It Just Ain't Fair." What is that lady's name? Let's see. Tedeschi Truck Band members 2025. Taylor Greenwell, Mike Madison, Mark Rivers, Kebby Williams. Elizabeth Leah, Alicia. That's it. Alicia Chakour. Chakour. I will take now. If you're really interested, I'm gonna take the YouTube video from where they recorded a month ago. I don't remember where they were a month ago, back in September, and post it on our Facebook page. The whole video. It's pretty much a big chunk of their concert, the Tedeschi Trucks concert, but it's a month ago. But they do. Alicia came out and did "It Just Ain't Fair," and it's an old Aretha Franklin song. You know, we covered Aretha Franklin back on Mother's Day, the Mother's Day episode. So, you know, we got much love and respect for Aretha. And I'm going to tell you, that girl put it to it. It was great. Her and Susan Tedeschi traded off lyrics going back and forth, and it was really great. And then, you know, they all came back out, and Warren Haynes and Derek Trucks, they were playing, and they get in the middle of it, and they would do these little hints of other songs like Little Martha. You'd hear hints of Dreams, which is my number one of all-time favorite song, not by Fleetwood Mac, but the Allman Brothers Band version. I wonder who did it first. Fleetwood Mac. Let's see. Dreams, Allman Brothers Band, I think, was 68. Dreams, written by Greg Allman during his time in Los Angeles before forming the Allman Brothers Band, crafted the song while pursuing a music career in Hollywood back when they were the Hourglass. Songs included on the Allman Brothers' self-titled album, their debut album released in '69. Later gained further recognition as part of the compilation box set titled Dreams, which was released 20 years later. I don't know when Fleetwood Mac did theirs, so I wonder whose Dream came out first. Who had the Dream first? Yeah, I'm not a Fleetwood Mac song fan at all. Y'all know this. 1977. So yeah, there we go. I don't know if you're a Fleetwood Mac Fleetwood Mac fan or not, and if you are, good for you. You're a decent guy in my book, Bosco. I'll give you a call. Oh, okay. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, you call me. My phone's always on, and I actually meant that. I said that in the chats the other day on Failure to Stop watching, and I mean that. And I put this out here too. You know, people, we all deal with things mentally in different ways, and the struggle is real sometimes. Sometimes things get overwhelming. Sometimes things get too much, man. My phone is always on 24/7, 365. If I'm in the shower and I don't answer, hey, I'll call you back. Or if I'm sleeping and I don't answer, I'll call you back. But other than that, you know, my phone's always on. Reach out to me. You know, you got Facebook, Instagram, email. Call me on Facebook if you have to. Call me on Discord, like Tyler S. just said. There is Marine's Blood. Man, you just missed a whole explanation of some awesome concert that I went to last night, dude. Oh, I can start the show now. All right, everybody, we got to start from the beginning. Let's give you highlights. I went to a concert last night. It was Tedeschi Trucks Band, Gov't, Mule, and Duane Betts on stage. They played some pretty good songs, and I was getting to the part where they did mention some covers. So there we go. We can start the show 55 minutes in. I hope you did too. Thank you. And thank you for everybody. Thank you, Tyler, for posting and sharing this. And Marine's Blood, I hope you do the same thing. Share and, you know, like this video as well. We've got 86 followers with us on this channel anyway on YouTube, and I would at least, people that have the little YouTube signs on the wall behind them, I would at least like to have one. And I think you hit a certain mark, and then you get one, and you hit a certain other mark, and then you get another one. I think like 1,000 maybe. You get a little, yeah, you did good. But so they would do hints of Little Martha, and I've got that recorded, and they do hints of Dreams. And then they did this. They did there's a song by the Allman Brothers Band. It's like 32 minutes long. It's a live song from Live at Fillmore East back in 71. And the song's called Mountain Jam. It's actually the last song on the original Allman Brothers Band album, Eat a Peach. 32 minutes long, so you can drive from home to work and back probably, and the song was still playing. But the for me, and they kind of go through the song, they're playing along, this, that, and the other, and they'll do their different little. You got somebody playing bass, they do a bass solo, and the drummers, they do a drum solo. Even Greg had his own solo on the organ. There's no words. It's a purely instrumental song. 27 minutes into this song, I say 27 and a half maybe, because I narrowed it down. And to me, this one piece of that song is Duane's solo. And I mean, it's some of the most beautiful guitar work I've ever heard. It's powerful, and it's spiritual all at the same time. I mean, if you really put some headphones on, close your eyes. Now, while driving, I'll stress that part. I didn't want anybody to catch me. Anybody in the chats call me out. But if you put your headphones on and you really kind of get into a quiet place and listen just that few minutes and just hear Duane playing, some of the most beautiful, powerful guitar playing I've ever heard in my life. And really inspirational. Kind of makes you want to go buy one of these things. And one of those. Matter of fact, let's see. I still got my cowboy hat. Is that better? But yeah, that's why I got one of these. This is my Epiphone Les Paul guitar. I had to get it because, the brothers heavily influenced. So yeah, then they ended out with they ended the show with their cover from Mad Dogs and Englishmen. I Get By with a Little Help from My Friends. And I know I did the song of the day with that song. No, not Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That dude doesn't matter. There, I said it right now. No. There. All right. Y'all gonna make me play part of this. Mountain. I believe somebody cut it down. Let's see. Mountain Jam, Duane solo. That's a 10-minute section. Wow. We'll get back to it in just 1 second. Commercial. Yeah, Duane Allman. From the Allman Brothers Band. Really? Where's he been? Tyler, help me out here. Like, I talk about the Allman Brothers Band all the time. You should know this by now, dude. We're in our third season, almost on our fourth season. Do y'all believe that? I'm still not getting paid for this. What kind of guitar do you have, Marine's Blood? Need to get Tyler on some drums and we'll have a band. Well, we need a bass player too. My son, who's in the Army, he's been on here before. He plays bass. Aaron. He plays bass. And Bubba actually plays guitar too. Y'all remember him being on here? Let's see. I'll try to find that. All right, hang on. I can go in here and share this because I want to share this with y'all. I think it's some of that. So you have an acoustic guitar. That's awesome. I can play the recorder. Let's see. Share. All right, y'all ready for this? I don't know if you're ready. Get ready to have your face melted off. The wild part about that is these dudes are in their early to mid 20s. And Duane almost 24 when he died. We'll go get a beer. Hang on a second. Oh, here it is, right? This is the best part for me. Right around in here. I want y'all to go back and check this out. I'll post it on my Facebook and try to share it with Tyler on Discord. Y'all listen to this right here. I mean, dude, y'all hear that? You know, there's more to it, and I'm not going to try to get in trouble and have my video pulled for copyright or whatever. But you know, I don't know. I kind of argued that point. It's like I found the video on YouTube. Y'all just getting mad at me because I turned around and posted it. Yeah, it's some beautiful. I'll play a little bit more, but it's spiritual almost, man. Seriously. It's where it picks up, so I'm gonna be quiet. I agree. I agree. Sorry, I'm gonna keep pausing it, but yeah, slightly better audio quality. There are better. I just pulled one up. There are better, more clear quality um, that you can find on YouTube and YouTube Music as well. It's a lot better. I will honestly say I actually do have this on vinyl. Um, it's the Allman Brothers Band live at Fillmore East. This album, and I'll start wrapping it up here, but this album actually hit so hard culturally speaking that it is in the Library of Congress as a historical and influential impact on society. Um, so yeah, I mean that tells you right there. You know, it's Uncle Bill Graham. They call him Uncle Bill Graham. Bill Graham's Fillmore East, and he also had a Fillmore West out there in L.A. But Fillmore East was in New York City. New York City. So it's got all the great. I mean, it lists the great. So now that y'all hear that, maybe you can understand a little bit more. Because a friend of mine, and he's been on here before, Dan Atkinson, if y'all remember, man, what is it about the Allman Brothers Band? I'm like, I don't know how to explain that. It's one of those, either you get it or you don't. You feel it. You feel it here. If you hear that, if you hear Duane Allman like just now, and it doesn't hit you here, then you need to stop listening to music. That's my honest opinion. I'm just a podcaster by, hobby, but if you don't hear that, man, or if you hear it and you don't like it, and people say, they don't like guitar work. I don't know how they could really do that, but some of the best way of expressing some um, expression of however you feel, of how whatever's on your mind. You can let your frustration, your anger, your hurt, your pain, your happiness, your joy, your sorrows, like what Steve Ray Vaughan said, before he died. Blues is nothing but blues is the essence of life itself. It's a musical tapestry of triumphs and tragedies, joys and sorrows. And a lot of these artists, especially Duane Allman, especially Derek Trucks, you could tell, listen to Derek Trucks stuff, you could tell Derek was a serious student of Duane. Duane got his influence from somewhere else. And that was, of course, everybody gets their influence from somewhere. You have the Tedeschi Trucks band. They started because of because you could definitely, and I was talking to Bubba while we was watching everything. It was, they took Dwayne's dream and Greg's dream and JMO and Butch Trucks and Derek and Dickie Betts and Barry Oakley, and they took that goal from the Allman Brothers Band and made their own. Allman Brothers, to me, it's like a newer version, a more, not saying the more clean to take away from them, but um, let's see. I enjoy listening to all sorts of music. Officially, before my time, since my dad played it for us, the leader of the band, Cats in the Cradle, Danny Boy, the old Irish song, Danny Boy, uh, Falling Rain by the Cascades, and so many. I got you. But, and this is all music that was out before. Yeah, Cats in the Cradle. Who was that? Harry Chapin? I don't remember who cut that song originally. But this music right here, like I said, that blues is the essence of life itself. You take a guitar and it can soothe you. I've played this acoustic right here, and it felt like I was on another level, like on another spiritual plane. Physically, you see me playing guitar. Mentally, emotionally, I'm not here. I don't know what's going on around me. I'm I'm gone, man. I'm out here somewhere. Um, so that's just So they ended last night with get by with a little help from my friends, and Susan did a great job with it. Derek Trucks hit every single note, and it sounded just like the original cut from, and I did that for Song of the Day the other day, but I talked about their version, but I explained where it came from originally. Joe Cocker got it from Ringo Starr. Ringo Starr got it because Paul McCartney and John Lennon wrote this song for him on Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album. Say that 3 times fast. And Joe Cocker took it and put some blues to it and put his own vocals on it, obviously. And Joe Cocker is another one. It's kind of weird to say that, British blues. I've heard other artists. I've read somewhere that he didn't agree that British blues was a thing, but originally, because they were listening to the blues artists that were here in the States first, and then they started playing. You had the Beatles and Rolling Stones and all them that came out. The British invasion in the 60s, when they came out, they came over here because they were influenced by the blues artists that were here and down south and in Chicago and Motown. But see, it all has a southern accent to it. Yeah, Tom Petty. Let's see. Tyler S. says, I also have an interesting playlist from Kodak Black, Tom Petty, Tupac, Chili Peppers, Granger Smith. Yeah, listen to some George Strait, man. Throw some George Strait in there. Hank Williams Jr., Hank Williams Sr., Waylon Jennings. Waylon Jennings just dropped a new album. Kind of weird to say that at 23 years after he died, but Shooter, his son Shooter, just dropped, found some old unreleased music. They cleaned it up, produced it, put it on an album. It's actually on Spotify now. And I was listening to it Friday on the way home. So yeah, y'all go check out Waylon's new old album. And it sounds, if you know anything about Waylon Jennings, I think George Thorogood, I think you spelled that correctly. Yeah, he was a great, 3-chord George. But yeah, that's all I got. I'm still coming down mentally off of that emotional roller coaster of music last night. Probably the first time I ever really cried at a concert. I had to put down my burrito because you can't eat with tears running down your face, man. It's kind of hard. And I had tears and I was like, all right, I'm good. And then just kept bringing it on that soul shine, kept hammering down. And I'm like, this is not working, man. So I closed my thing and set it on and it just sat there. And I just let the music just wash over me. And I was just right there on that spiritual plane. And what I could tell over the music, because I'm sitting there with my eyes closed, so all my senses are turned up, right? Over the music, you can hear the crowd singing along with Soul Shine. Don't forget Avril Lavigne's in your playlist too there, Tyler. I'm not going to really music shame anybody like the other folks say, no kink shame here. We won't music shame. We may a little bit, but I'll say this before we go. Marines Blood, and I'll ask you this. What was your first live concert? I don't know if Tyler's still there or not. He threatened to leave earlier. I didn't know that. Oh yeah, I did. Yes, I did. I've shared some videos from YouTube over on the Wolfpack Discord. Yes, I did. I don't know about starting my own Discord, a Forever Road podcast Discord. I don't know about that yet. I don't have that big of a following. Dire Straits, man, you are Canadian. I tell you this, and when you get on the road, get on the highway or whatever, especially if you've got a long drive, if you can remember, pull up live the Allman Brothers Band live at Fillmore East. It kicks in with Statesboro Blues right off the rip, and it goes in. I mean, yeah. So yeah, but that's all I got for tonight. I had a fantastic. I'll try to get Bubba to send me some videos from the concert last night and share them. I think I tried to share a video or two on Discord. For some reason, it wouldn't let me share it to you, Tyler, because I know you're not on any social medias except for Discord. But yeah, I'll try to get Bubba to send me some videos that he took last night. First one I can remember was a small concert at my church where I ran AV for it. I think there was one during boot camp. So what was your first like name concert? Oh yeah. I will be back live in a week. We're going to go back to Sunday evenings. I tried to change and you see what happened. I lost track of everything, but unless I can absolutely help it, if I'm stuck at work or if I've got something I'm doing and I can't get back to the house on time, I will do an episode the next day, but I will post a video saying why, As far as mine, now, Tyler, I'm gonna ask you this: did you marry the girl that was the girlfriend that you went to the Avril Lavigne show for, or what? I'm gonna tell BC about this, but oh no, okay, well maybe you dodged a bullet. She's in Avril Lavigne. You shouldn't have married her. Good job. Good man. I don't know of any Canadian. Oh yeah, she had to go. Good. We don't like her anyway. I don't know of any Canadian other than maybe the band, but that's not really a Canadian band. They have members from Canada in it. All right. Family values toward nice. There's Turtle. There's Brother Turtle in the chat. So right when I'm about to bounce. I've seen Leonard Skinner 3 times in concert. I've seen the Outlaws, Charlie Daniels Band, and the Marshall Tucker Band up on stage in one night. That was great. And they all did their sets, and then they all came back out to the. Yeah, Brother Turtle's in the chats. He says, my last concert was the Family Values Tour 2006 in Atlanta. Let's see. I've seen Hank Jr. twice, Skinner 3 times. I never got to see the Allman Brothers Band. I did get to see Greg Allman a few times by himself, the Greg Allman Band. I saw J-Mo and his I think what they called it, his jive ass jazz band. Because JMO was a jazz drummer, he still is. Saw his band. Of course, tonight I saw Tedeschi. Last night I saw Tedeschi Trucks. God, and I'll end it here. There was 2 or 3 songs that I hoped that they were going to play, and they were on from the Moon on their last album, The Moon, or I Am the Moon. One was Take Me As I Am, and it's really powerful as well. The other song was Soul Sweet Song, and the song Soul Sweet Song was and that we'll drop a little bit more information on that, but later. Soul Sweet Song, and then I hope to hear End of the Line, the Allman Brothers Band version, and End of the Line. But they didn't do that one either. But, it's okay. I can find it on, Spotify, YouTube, whatever. I'm going to listen to it. But hearing it in person is so much. Just like seeing Soul Shine. But all right, that's all I got for this episode. I hope y'all have a great week. Catch me tomorrow on another short. I'm gonna keep continuing to do the today's song of the day, and I've already got one picked out. So stay tuned for that. Next Sunday we'll be back here. To a concert listener need to be there, or if it was a break during training. My family has put their own special little. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Marine's Blood in the chat said that his whole family, I guess everybody plays. I had it up here earlier. Everybody plays an instrument. House of the Rising Sun. Now, see, I like it when hard rock bands take an old classic or oldie song, like Five Finger Death Punch did their House of the Rising Sun. I think they did great with that. They also did Blue on Black. Anyway, all right. I hope y'all do have a great week. If you do want to start a Discord and want help, I'm on for a couple. Know the consent server. Nice. Thank you. I will send you a message. I'd like to get more. I'd like to get this more out there because, believe it or not, like you said, you didn't know anything about the Allman Brothers Band until tonight. You never heard any of that. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I wanted to do. That's the goal of this whole thing, is to get more of the word out of that music and what it does to people. Like I said before, Soulshine may mean something to me versus it means something to Turtle. Okay. But yeah, I'll shoot you a message on Facebook. We'll see what the best way to do that is. I think that'd be really cool. So y'all right, Marine's Blood flexing on yeah, he's gonna big time us. What is a YouTube mod? Well, if somebody knows how to do producing, like doing the sounds and editing and stuff like that, and help me kind of look up stuff, that'd be great. I need another co-host. Thought Turtle would come back. I guess he don't like me no more. But all right, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go play video games probably. Okay. That's messy. I'll do that. Go get something to eat. Got a couple phone calls I need to make. But anyway, all right. Everybody have a great week. I will see y'all tomorrow with a new song of the day. And like I said, we'll be back here in a week. we'll be back here in a week. I hope this is a new one. And if not, then I will let y'all know. Then we will record Monday, same time, 7 o'clock. So I love y'all. Have a great week. If y'all need me, you know where I'm at. Give me a holler. Love y'all. Peace.
Thanks for riding with us on the FRP, the Forever Road Podcast, with Bosco. You can find and follow us on Instagram and Facebook, or drop us a line or question anytime at foreverroadpodcast@gmail.com. See you next time right here on the Forever Road Podcast.